If you are looking into buying cheap and safe FIFA coins, look no further than footcoinshop.net. They have the fastest service, an incredible loyalty reward system, and the best prices around. Use my creator code Inception when you sign up for your account and get a 5% discount with your order. Oh, okay, guys. Sorry. We had to do the reviews for Fire Sterling and then the Ice Sterling, so I had to go do it on my SBC account. Shout out to Giyu. Hey, you know what's actually good? That I could technically... Oh, dude, if you really think about it, that's like 14 teams. I should probably grind that 80+ player pick, because if they do more of this in the future, I'll be cooked, bro. I'm gonna be so cooked. I gotta grind fodder for like super far in advance. Like it's, whew, you know. But yeah, this is the SBC account. Don't mind the team too much. It's just there for like the chemistry links and whatnot, okay? All right, so let's check out the new evolutions for today. New evolutions for today is... Evolution detail oriented has expired. You can claim the rewards for all the... On my account? This one? What is the account? This is the SBC account, right? Oh, technically I get FC Founders upgrade too, right? I haven't even upgraded Rafa yet. Lol. All right, let's check out the new one today. What's the new one? Stop right there? Does it stop right there? Which one's the new one today? Let's see. Gabriel Magalhães is the card trending, huh? Patrick Who? That's what it's called? Patrick Who? What's Patrick Who? Patrick Who? Patrick Who? Patrick Who? This one. Lisandro Martinez. Oh yeah, Manchester United fans are gonna be super into that one for sure. Unless he gets a promo card, right? I mean, you know. Okay, so you get block. Block is a really good playstyle. W playstyle. W playstyle. Position CDM. Oh. You know what? That could be helpful depending on how your team is formatted, because there's some center backs that would play in the midfield well. For instance, you know, Alaba's card, right? So you start him off as a center back, then you have your CDM, and then whoever's your CDM, you would rotate them into the center back position. So yeah, I'm okay with both of these actually. Pretty solid. Not too many games to play to get them. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and see what the selections are. So the first one is obviously Gabriel Magalhães, right? With this card, you obviously had to get him in Rare Defender Upgrade. Was Rare Defender Upgrade still available in the game? I think that one's a paid one, correct? Rare Defender Upgrade. I mean, technically speaking, I could actually check over here to see if he's available. So evolutions, hide expired evolutions. So yeah, it's one that you would have had to improved in the beginning, right? So if you did the Rare Defender Upgrade on Gabriel, you have a slightly better version of his card now. 69 acceleration is on the lower side, but on a Shadow Chemistry style, this card is shaping up to be a pretty decent center back, right? Especially if you're going in the route of building some sort of like Arsenal team, because he's left-footed. That's a really huge variable to work with, because this card has now been given some very good playstyles, right? So he has Intercept Plus, Bruiser, Aerial, and Block, while also being a card that you can switch in the CDM position. So, you know, he's like one more evolution away from like a significant pace improvement to be a really solid center back, right? So not a bad choice there. It's the number one choice for the most part for a lot of people because of very obvious reasons. Now, with Dante, this is the situation with this card in regards to usability, right? They bring out cards like this. They don't look that relevant, right? During that time period. Then they release an evolution where you can upgrade those cards for free and you get a pretty decent card as well, right? So with this card, Shadow Chemistry style, lengthy player. His pace is on the lower side, obviously, but guess what? He is working with some very, very nice play styles, right? One of the main ones, Anticipates Plus, really, really big one, but he also has Block, Bruiser, and Aerial. So yeah, sure, you know, his pace is on the lower side, but he is a lengthy player while working with some pretty decent defensive stats, and physical stats is obviously in a good area too. You know, maybe one more evolution here and there to improve the pace even further while working with that lengthy could definitely be a very ideal situation. So yeah, not necessarily a bad choice there. Lisandro Martinez is also the other player that people are looking into because he currently does not have a promo card, which, hey guys, they could potentially get one in the future. Who knows, right? But playstyles wise, this card is going to have block, bruiser, slide tackle, long ball, pass. He's obviously not going to be a lengthy player because Lisandro Martinez was never going to have that, let's be honest, right? But acceleration's on the higher side, defending is on the higher side, and what's cool about this card is that he's probably the best example of somebody that I would rotate into the CDM position while working with a center back who actually plays in a center back position. Now, technically speaking, you could do that with this card too. It wouldn't necessarily be a horrible thing, but he looks, for the meta of the game, looks like a card that'd be formatted nicely in the CDM area. So let's see what his rare gold card is like. 2,000 coins for him. He's dropped 1,000 coins. Evolutions wise, Patrick Hu 88 rated is the highest. Interesting. Okay, cool. What else we got here? We have Stones, who also gets a Patrick Hu. I mean, he obviously has his SBC card, so if you're gonna do a Stones card, you might as well get the SBC, let's be real. With this card, technically speaking, you can give him a shadow chemistry style, right? Increase the pace stats of the card, the defense as well. The difference is obviously the different play styles, right? He has block, long throw, but then you got this card who has block plus, intercept, long throw, air. Like there's a few different ones, right? Block plus obviously pretty decent to work with, mainly in that center back position, right? So very key things to mention there. Let's see what else we got here. So we go to Patrick Hu. Oh, there's two different Patrick Hu's. Interesting. Bastoni for the Serie A teams. Rare gold into the green. Shadow chemistry style on this card does make him a lengthy player. Defensive stats massively increase, and he actually has some good physical stats too. This card actually looks like it's well formatted. Left-footed player as well. Could potentially receive another Evo in the future, which would definitely be very nice. Playstyles wise, pings pass, long ball pass, jockey, and block. Hey, to be fair, at least he has jockey and block. Jockey and block is actually really good to work together with. So that's actually really, really nice. No anticipates, no plus versions of playstyles, but again, could get something nice in the future. You never know. What else do we have here? So we have Romero. Romero's received a few already. So you can do Patrick Hu from the Inform evolution. Interesting. So that would be in comparison to the Thunderstruck version, which is obviously a better card, but with evolutions, you could potentially improve them in the future, and they're given extra stuff, right? So always have to look into stuff like that for sure. Kurt Zuma 71 pace definitely requires probably, you know what, he's not too far off from being a nice center back, especially if you lined him up in the way that it's being shown over here, right? Centurion center back first, keep up afterwards. Patrick Hu, he still requires, I would say, maybe 2 or 3 evolutions to really be a nice card, right? But he's obviously shaping up to be a decent card. You know, he's got some very good play styles: jockey plus, power header, bruiser, aerial, pings pass, long ball pass. One thing I do have to mention is that passing play styles, very underrated when it comes to center backs. It's actually very helpful to work with whenever given the scenarios, right? We have Jimenez, not poorly formatted, to be honest with you. Shadow chemistry style, mostly lengthy. Puts his pace in a decent area. Defensive stats is in a fantastic area. And physical stats also in a fantastic area. If you put him in keep up first, Patrick Hu afterwards for a card that has jockey plus, block, aerial, slide tackle, and power header. I mean, he has some pretty decent playstyles as well. Yeah, not too bad. Pace is a little bit on the lower side. Little bit, not a lot. It's a little bit on the lower side. But, hey man, lengthy player. Pushes the pace out of the card. 91 reactions, 87 for composure. You can't go wrong with that. What else we got here? Let's see some players that really stand out. Obviously, guys, you could go for sentimental value when it comes to a lot of these cards, because in the future they could receive some pretty significant improvements. We're kind of reaching that point now with a lot of the cards. This could be a W for the Fenerbahce fans, actually. Detail-oriented growth spurt into Patrick Hu. Shadow chemistry style usability is there for people that want to do that, for a card that has some pretty decent play styles too. Dead ball plus on this card, eh? That's an interesting one. Badiashel, Mancini, Sar, Chiellini, Mancini. South Korean guy for my boy Gyu, though. Yeah, but he never, I don't think he went in this direction with these guys. No chance. Let's see what's up with these ESBC, man. They messaged me recently saying that they're going to do like some changes to the website, so we'll see what the vibes are there. Okay, so Patrick Hu, Dante Romero, Martinez, Sula, Devry, Otamendi. Oh, Otamendi. Benfica fans, you can't go wrong with that. Yeah, Benfica fans, you know, not too bad. You could do it from the inform into this shadow chemistry style, mostly lengthy player. That's pretty cool. Yeah, usability is definitely there. He's got some really good play styles. Just got to be very mindful of the pace, obviously. Torres gets a card as well. So Patrick Hu from the base. Shadow chemistry style puts him at a controlled lengthy. Good defensive stats, good physical stats. Pace is there as well for the people that want to build some sort of Aston Villa squad. So not too bad there as well. Jimenez we checked out already. Chicherny, is that this guy's name? I like evolutions with the whole concept of like this card exists, so now you can upgrade it, because there was a card that existed in like the Portuguese league that if I wanted to actually do evolutions with, would actually be really cool to improve, you know? Let's see what else we got here. Botman, Mancini, 77, Thiago Silva, Dudek is the one that's always used for fodder. 84 rated, if Serbi 2 to be fair. Inigo Martinez. Inigo has like a few different ones. So he has Keep Up and then Patrick Hu afterwards, right? Or you could just go for Patrick Hu right away, but this one could have been a pretty decent one, right? If you went in this route. Jockey, long ball pass, slide tackle, and block as well, you know? Chris Smalling, Laporte, Buchanan. Is this Buchanan? Look at this female player. Hold on. Maria. Spanish player, 78 pace, 79 defense. A little bit weird. Shadow chemistry style. I mean, usability is there for sure. Future improvements could definitely be very nice. Coates has received a massive improvement, +4. Fofana for the Chelsea fans, but he also has this. Ooh. That one's nice, actually. So you can put him in Patrick Hu first, Pitch Commander afterwards, and it's a pretty decent Chelsea card. Pitch Commander, eh? You know, Pitch Commander is not a bad one to look into, actually. Pitch Commander is not a bad one to look into. It's this one right here. So you do have a few that actually gets both of them. Patrick Hu into Pitch Commander for Mancini puts him at an 80 for pace. Center back CDM position changes. Medina also gets it as well from Pitch Commander. Some pretty decent cards. Medina, honestly, he gets to a point where once he gets like really upgraded, he becomes pretty nice. I don't know about this year's game, but in previous years, he's actually pretty solid, to be honest with you. But that's definitely a really good evolutions to take a look at, right? Like Sara Gama, a Juventus player, gets some pretty significant improvements there too. I think there's one from Team of the Week upgrade. Yeah, see? So Sentimental could be really good for this too, right? Team of the Week upgraded to Patrick Hu. Get some pretty significant improvements there. Pitch Commander, all Pitch Commander. Some female players as well. Wesley Fofana. Team of the Week upgrade, Pitch Commander. Patrick Hu for this Italian player that plays for Torino. Oh, look, I got Aguerd, eh? Aguerd gets a pretty significant improvement. So non-rare, Patrick Hu into Pitch Commander. Or you do Keep Up into Patrick Hu, depending on which route you went. Obviously, he gets different play styles. But a mostly lengthy player for the Moroccan fans. Can't go wrong with that. Cannot go wrong with that. Gini Wijnaldum, Pitch Commander. This guy exists too. Look, Pitch Commander. The Crystal Palace fans, shadow chemistry style, boost the pace, boost the defense as much as possible, controlled lengthy player. Does have intercept plus, anticipate, and block. It's actually pretty decent. Yeah, it actually looks pretty nice. I like it. What else we got here? We have these guys that might be hidden gems for some people. This guy plays in the Super League, right? So Fenerbahce guy. Nice. So Fenerbahce for him. Oh, look at this one. So you can put him in Patrick Hu, Crossing Crusader, Pitch Commander. Look at this guy. This guy gets really significant improvements. Crossing Crusader, I never thought about that one actually. Really good pace on a mostly lengthy. Look at this guy for a Fenerbahce player. If you go in that route. Not bad, eh? Really good playstyles too. Wow, this card looks like a hidden gem, honestly. Yeah, he looks nice. Really, dude, in this game, having the pace is really helpful, man. Really, really helpful. Great defensive stats as well. That's one to look into, eh? So crossing Crusader into it as well. That's an interesting one. So let's do that. Crossing Crusader 2. It's always good to search up the hidden gems for some of these bad boys, eh? Always nice to search up. Look at these guys, man. Like Aguilar. So you can do 3 right now for some of these guys. So Aguilar, Patrick Hu, Pitch Commander, Crossing Crusader. Shadow Chemistry Cell on him, mostly explosive. But his pace is in a pretty decent area. Right? Playstyles, Intercept Plus, Rapid, Whipped Pass. He's got really good playstyles too. You know, Aguilar looking pretty nice. Not bad. Medina. You gotta definitely search through these, man, because some guys actually pop up and you're like, whoa, dude. Female player. Massively increased as well. German player as well. Patrick Hu is the last one from Like a Rock. Keep up into Patrick Hu. Looking pretty solid there. But it depends too, because some of these like get some really nice pace upgrades. And pace is definitely very, very relevant for the gameplay. Pitch Commander, Pitch Commander. Oh, look at Carer. Look at this, dude. Wow. That's a really significant improvement. Shadow Chemistry on him. Good playstyles. Intercept Plus, Bruiser, Block, Whipped Pass, First Touch. Not bad. He's a controlled lengthy player. Lengthy is always important to have for like the defenders for the most part, right? Defenders is definitely a really huge one. By the ways, Easy SBC, whenever you guys do like the filter, I shouldn't have to put all 3 to see like some of the top choices that people could potentially go with. Like if I put just the one, you should show some of the other ones too. You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't specifically choose each individual Evo to check out some of the options. And it would be very helpful to kind of see the different options you could go with just from choosing the one. So you should have a filter for only choosing one and then choosing one, but it shows everything, you know? Because it should be Patrick Hu with everything, you know? I think the filter could be a little bit better. But it's still very solid to be able to check this stuff out, right? Look at these guys. So, a guy from Greece. 86 pace on this guy. Look at this, dude. Shadow Chemistry Style. Really good pace. Defensive stats there. Good play styles again. Right? Perfect for people who are like Bologna. I think it's Bologna, right? Oh, he has 2 different teams. PSV as well, eh? Interesting. Gilbert as well gets a really massive improvement. D. Morel, oh, it's Team of the Week upgrade. You know what I want to see? I want to see like Benton Corno. Excuse me. Look at these guys that just come out of nowhere. See? So good for sentimental value. Ooh, Costinha, Portuguese player. Who's this? This isn't the same. No, this is a different guy for sure. Oh, this guy actually looks nice. Look at that. For the Portuguese league, you know, the main thing here is the fact that he's lengthy on a shadow. That's like the most important part because he has very good playstyles, right? And you need those. If you need those Portuguese links in your team, like that could be a really solid option to go with. Patrick Hu, Crossing Crusader into Pitch Commander for that one. It's actually pretty sick. Mailing, we have Alvarez Lopez, Grandit. There was a few of them actually had it from Team of the Week upgrade as well, which is always interesting to take a look at as well. 2-2-2-3 female player gets some pretty significant improvements as well. Let's see if we put Team of the Week upgrade in this. See what happens. Oh no, we already have Team of the Week upgrade. Word. What else we got? 7 here. A lot of the female players get some pretty significant improvements. It's actually really cool. Davinson Sanchez has a Spurs card still. He still has a Spurs card. So if you went in this direction, you have a Spurs Davinson Sanchez with some decent playstyles. Not bad. Not bad at all. Is this Gabriel's best card? Apparently the keep up is noted to say is his best card, but pace, having extra pace is always relevant in my opinion, for sure. More female players. Andrew Gravelin. Andrew Gravelin? Mostly lengthy on a shadow. Looks like a decent card too. These cards are always nice because they can get like further improvements to like really be sick, you know? But yeah, always check out some of the sentimental value stuff that you guys can potentially go with, right? So in my case, you know, if I wasn't doing the Road to Glory first owner stuff, I would search for Portuguese and then go from there, right? So you can see that Coxinha is obviously a pretty big selection. We have this guy who plays for, is it Casapia? I forget already. I think it's Casapia. Yeah, Casapia. Mostly lengthy, shadow chemistry style, drastically improves the card. For usability, it's there, but obviously needs some further improvements to be really nice. Vieira Pereira. Patrick Hu, Crossing Crusader, Pitch Commander. Shadow chemistry style puts him in a decent area. Yeah, definitely a decent area. It needs some further improvements for sure. But look at all these guys that just come out of nowhere, right? So Ishgayo has one. Vezo gets a card too. Patrick Hu into Pitch Commander. Female players from Benfica, that could be helpful as well. Right, Patrick Hu, Pitch Commander for Diogo Leite. Let me see this one, Patrick Hu. These cards always still need like significant pace improvements for the most part. But that's always for the future, right? Because some of the evolutions they can drop like a crazy pace boost for, right? For sure. But yeah, always search for sentimental at this point, guys. You know, there's always going to be evolutions in the future that could turn your players into absolute monsters. But for some of the cards that are like the most meta, people are definitely going to like these ones as well, right? But, you know, French, definitely a really huge link up to work with if you don't go in the route of Portugal, right? Aguilar looks like a pretty decent option from the triple upgrades, right? You always have to look at which cards could potentially further improve, right? From the current evolutions or whatever could happen in the near future, right? So yeah, a couple of decent options to work with for the most part for this evolutions. You know, always look into some of the players that you currently have, because if you currently have certain cards that can be improved further, then always look into that as well, right? So make sure that you take a look at all of the individual evolutions that currently exist, and obviously for sentimental value too, it's always gonna be important to look at that stuff, right? But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.